So this is Cleo, and as you can probably immediately tell, Cleo is an awesome dog. She's one of the nicest dogs I've ever met. She loves people, anyone that'll give her any food. She's pretty classic dog stuff, and she also happens to be missing her right leg. She was found on Pet Finder after she spent some time as a stray in Oklahoma with injuries from unknown causes. Now, hanging out with Cleo and just playing with her, like, you'd almost forget, like, you wouldn't even know that she's missing a leg because she's just running around, chasing stuff, playing fetch, loves being outdoors, all that classic dog stuff. But although she appears super healthy now, dogs that are missing limbs and any pets that are missing limbs are actually more likely to have things like arthritis and joint problems in their other limbs later in life because they're compensating for the missing limb. So she's running around being awesome now, but it would be ideal for her long-term to be supported. So that's where this company called 3D Pets comes in. So they reached out and they were telling me they have a particularly high-tech solution to the problem and asked if I basically wanted to go see it. And it turns out it is pretty sick. I mean, I've already talked about this before, but there's tech in everything. Like every story, every angle, everything I see on the news nowadays, it has some tech in it. But even this story surprised me at just how much tech was involved in helping dogs like Cleo.
Wheels can change camber as well too, so depending on
Sport mode. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll go up to 8 or 10-inch wheels. I think you saw this one.
Got Escalade dogs? Most products are just meh. They're fine. Like they exist, they get made, they're fine, whatever. So they have to reach a certain level of interest or being really good to even be considered for a review, or sometimes really, really bad. So there's been a lot of interesting discourse lately on this topic. There will be, some negative reviews, and then a company will eventually go out of business, and then the internet poses the question, do bad reviews kill companies? Do bad reviews kill companies? Or do bad products kill companies? I do have a lot of thoughts. So two of the biggest examples that have been pointed to, especially on Twitter, were the Fisker Ocean review that I did and the Humane AI pin from a couple days ago. So the Fisker saga was pretty well documented, but in case you missed it, I reviewed a car, I had a pretty horrible experience with it, documented it, published the review on the autofocus channel, and then a few months later, the entire company appears to be on life support, like likely filing for bankruptcy soon. And now this startup, Humane, they dropped their first product, this pin. I review it, it's not super positive. A lot of people are saying the same thing. And I don't even think Humane is going anywhere, by the way. Also, the vibration motor in this phone, trash. Straight trash. I'm gonna call myself so you can hear this. It sounds broken, but it sounded that way out the box since day one. So that is the Razr phone. Just one of the worst vibration motors I've ever experienced in a new phone. So, okay, fast forward a year, right? I'm at a briefing. It's in New York City. It's for the Razr Phone 2. And so they're walking me and some other people through this new phone they've made, and they've got a bunch of changes. It's got a glossy back. They added wireless charging now. The logo glows, and like the speakers are better and all this stuff. And they're talking us through it. And then the guy turns to me and he says, and Marques, you got to try the new vibration motor in this phone. And it's such a niche thing, but sure enough, I try it and it's way better. And that's, to me, that's a big part of what reviews are all about. That honest feedback turned into actually action for the company to make it better. So people who bought the first one knew what they were getting into, and people who bought the second one actually benefited from that.